Yeah, I've got some questions myself, but I think I will insert it somewhere. I think I would like to hear from the audience first. Is there anyone who has a question to ask? I can see the face of all. Yeah.
Well,
oh yes,
can I
please.
start? What?
We wait for the mic. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for the film. Actually, this is the second time I watched it. Still have a lot of questions, but I'll start with two. Are the on-set, I mean, like the locations that you were shooting, how many of them are they all real location, or are they some of them, sets? And also, why are the execution always in in the wee hours?
Well, for the prison scenes, most of the prison scenes were shot in Australia. Because I was looking for a prison space in Singapore and in Southeast Asia that gave me that was something that's more evocative of a psychological space, because as Ayman travels through the prison in search of the spaces where his father had spent his last days, it was also kind of a journey into himself. And so this psychological space was very important for me. And in Singapore, even if the prisons had been available, they may not have been suitable, because the new Changi prison is just very new and sterile and not very cinematic. And so we were looking all over Southeast Asia, and we couldn't find anywhere that's suitable. But in Australia, they happen to have a lot of abandoned prisons, and we found two locations. One that was in Parramatta Jail, which is 30 minutes from Sydney, and another in Maitland Jail, which is in Hunter Valley, 3 hours from Sydney. And so that first scene where Ayman follows Rahim through the prison, he's basically coming out from a location in an office in Singapore, and then down a corridor somewhere else in Singapore, and then out into the armory, which is shot in Parramatta Jail, half an hour from Sydney, and then out into the yard, which is in Hunter Valley, 3 hours from Sydney, and then back to the gallows, which is a set that we built in an abandoned prison in Singapore. So it's kind of like a Frankenstein kind of a prison location. Hopefully you couldn't tell. And the second question was?
The hours.
The hours. No one knows for sure, and I don't think there is a bureaucratic reason for it. I think it is more from my understanding, there was a tradition where in India, people were executed in the wee hours of the morning, and because Singapore inherited the laws from the British via the administration in India, we probably inherited that. From my interview with one of the hangmen, he told me that he was the one. Well, he was quite a boastful guy, so I wasn't sure if it was entirely truthful, but he said that he chose it to be on a Friday so that he can have the rest of the next 2 days off. He was explaining to his bosses that because he would have a hangover. Yeah.
And
this was one of the jokes that it was originally in Rahim's line, but I took it out. Yeah.
I mean, the the discussion of Friday, I mean, I was also thinking about it, Friday, 6 a.m. in the morning. And because also the film, talks about, I mean, it depicts the hangman as a Malay gentleman. So when I was watching it, I was thinking also along the lines that on Friday, the Muslims goes on their prayers. And that, after the execution at 6 o'clock, and, they would spend the rest of the day. But of course, this is just, something that came to my mind. I don't think there's any relevance or there's any real connection to that. Yeah. Like any other questions from the audience? Oh yes. Yeah, can we pass the microphone?
First of all, I think it's a masterpiece. Very well done, very well acted. So I have a personal question for you. Are you opposed to the death penalty?
Okay, well, yeah, I am against the death penalty. I am against the death penalty. It is, I don't think it is right I don't think the state should have the right to take life. But the film isn't about that. Yeah.
I agree with that. The state shouldn't have the right.
Like anyone else? Yes.
Could you tell us about the production context, the background of your film? Because I see it's a cooperation, and even from Hong Kong, Park Hong-Chan's film company. What's the role of the other producers or investors? Or just tell me about the operation of that.
Well, the film is a 5-country co-production. Singapore, Hong Kong, France, Germany, and Qatar. From Singapore, we have we first started actually looking for funds overseas first. One of the reasons was because given the sensitive nature of the subject matter, we wanted to be sure that the film could be made with or without the Singapore government. And so we went ahead to apply for funding and in Germany and in France. In Germany, we got the biggest fund that we got from there was the ZDF RT fund, which is a TV station commissioning award. And then from France, it was the CNC, the Cinema du Monde fund. That was the biggest one we got there. And then in Hong Kong, actually, Pang Ho Chong and Su Bi Liang, they were the first investors to have come on board because my producer, Raymond, he's worked with them before, and when they read the script, they really liked it, and they wanted to be a part of it. And so it was with that vote of confidence that we could even get the project off the ground in the first place. And then we went back to Singapore, and we, because in Singapore the only state funding body is also the censorship body. So we wanted just to be careful how we approach them. And so we kind of had to package the project to make it attractive for them to come on board. And then in post-production, we still needed money, so we got the Doha Film Institute's post-production award, and that helped. That it was 4 countries, and then it became 5.
Okay, this way I'll insert my question. So did the Singapore Film Commission or the MDA, before they gave you the money, did they express any concerns, or were they a little bit careful, or they asked you to be a bit more careful in dealing with the subject?
Well, I first applied for the development fund, which is a small fund, about 40,000 Singapore dollars, and it was that was like the first time we sort of came out to them about this project, and then it would have been an indication whether they would support the project or not, and they gave us the fund, and with that came just a little line in the document that asked me just to be careful with my research, make sure that I have adequate research done. And then after that, we still weren't sure if we would get the production fund, which is the big fund. And then, because of the way we packaged it, partly they approved it. When the film was released in Singapore last year, it was rated M18, which is a restrictive rating for mature content, which is a very broad classification. And then, but then surprisingly, last year they also then selected the film as Singapore's representative to the Oscars for the Foreign Language Film Prize. That was probably one of the bigger surprises. Yeah.
Is anyone else with a question? Okay. Oh yes.
So how many people did they execute a year in Singapore?
It's not published, and we don't know for sure.